What's going on, everyone? In this video, we're going to be doing the weekly recap of the Stocked Up trading floor. Looking at the market from this week, it was definitely a bit choppy and lots of big movement in both directions, we'll say. So the market has been pulling back and slowing down a decent bit over the past month or so. On Friday, the market was pretty strong, but what we're ultimately seeing right now is increased volatility, which makes for bigger, stronger moves in both directions, not only for the market as a whole, but even individual stocks like OKLO, Tesla, Archer, and basically everything else. So with that being said, we are seeing bigger, stronger moves in both directions, which is a different market environment than what we've seen throughout most of 2024. This is not necessarily a bad thing. It's just something that has to be adapted to. But either way, jumping into this week's recap, we'll start out with the theta trades. There were three theta trades that expired for this week's expiration. Two of them expired for max profit, and one of them expired in the money. Basically, with shorting put options, as we've been screaming for years now, shorting put options is one of the best strategies you can deploy when, of course, deployed correctly. Basically, what it allows you to do is get paid to buy stocks you are happy to own at prices you are happy to own them at. By selling these options, you get paid a premium up front, so time decay is constantly working for you. And in the worst case scenario, you're just left with a stock that you'd otherwise, enjoy holding. And you also have a lot of optionality in the sense of managing the positions in a smart way by various different forms of rolling the options and adjusting the position as necessary at the time. So either way, if you haven't already started to consider shorting put options, definitely look into it. If you need help or have questions, feel free to reach out to Tom, Hunter, or myself, and we will definitely help you out. But it's definitely recommended to at least look into. Looking into some of the high-risk scalps for this week. The week started out a bit slow as there wasn't too much movement, to start out the week. And then, of course, with the new year, there was, a day of no trading as well because the market was closed. But as we got closer to the end of the week is when the volatility and opportunities really started to pick up. We could see on Thursday there was a fair amount of good, strong movement for multiple different stocks. Boeing, Apple, Meta, and MU had some pretty strong moving options as those popped up by anywhere from 125% to 270%. But of course, there were also some plays that failed to truly explode as well, and those are worth covering. But generally speaking, there was a lot of strong movement just across the board, which is great to see. Looking more specifically at Friday, there was also a lot of good movement in both directions. Some of the strongest moving stocks were Rivian, MSTR, Mara, and SMCI to the upside, as those popped up by anywhere from 136% to 339%, which was really awesome to see. And of course, there were some setups that really failed to move as well. But, as we know, stocks, and let's just say the market as a whole, you can say, does not move in an equal way. In the same way that there are some stocks in the S&P 500 that have more of an influence than others. When you look at stocks like Nvidia and Apple, they not only have more of an influence in the market, but they also move in stronger ways compared to most other stocks in the S&P 500. The main thing that is trying to be displayed is that the market does not move in equal ways. So when looking at, let's say, a recap from Friday, the stocks that are actively moving the strongest and the most is what should ultimately be focused on. So either way, it was nice to see all of this great movement. And as we look at the market as a whole, volatility is definitely increasing in the short term, and it is nice to see even some of these smaller cap stocks like OKLO and Archer start to really pick up their momentum as well. So besides that, thank you all so much for watching, and let's crush it in the market this week.